Meditation is called bhavana in Pali. Bhavana means development, development of the mind. So that's bhavana. So one of the beginning of the meditation is samatha. Samatha is tranquility, tranquilizing the mind, calming down the mind. So the aim of meditation, at least in the beginning, is tranquilizing the mind, calming down the mind. Because the mind gets agitated quite soon, quite fast. Maybe you have all experienced in your own life. So, with the help of meditation, we try to calm down the mind, tranquilize the mind. And when the mind is tranquil, when the mind just sits well, then you experience joy, piti. It is called piti, joy. In fact, in your own day-to-day life, if you are not calm enough, you can't enjoy any, let's say any even food or any other thing. You can't enjoy if you are not sufficient. Let's say during some kind of agitation, when you are worried about something, totally too much worried, then nothing seems enjoyable, delightful. Nothing seems good, and nothing seems good for us, you see. So, therefore, the mind has to be settled. The mind has to just sit. It has to just sit in one place. So that's the aim, and therefore there is joy. Once the mind is settled, there is joy. So this is something you can practice. So I always suggest people to just practice minimum 15 minutes in the morning, in the evening. 15 in the morning, 15 in the evening. You may say, I don't have time, I'm too busy, But if you give just 15-minute time, then your busy life can be more productive, more enjoyable, and more beneficial. So this is something one has to practice at least 15 minutes for our day-to-day life. We need some kind of calmness in our day-to-day life. If we never ever meditate, we will be too excited about things, and then we will be too down when things fall, right? So there is this ups and down of your mind. The mind just goes up and down, So therefore, this is a very important practice, that you can do. Okay, so today I share with you one teaching from Buddha, the Buddha's teaching. And Buddha's teachings are not merely a philosophical and intellectual. It is not just a philosophical or intellectual. nor it is a kind of just a traditional thing, What Buddha taught is something that came through his experience. It's not just accepting something, it's not just believing something, but it is seeing, knowing, experiencing, and realizing. That's the important aspect of Buddha's teaching. There was some dialogue between Buddha and some other people, and they all said, okay, it is coming down from a long time, so we just accept it. Fair enough, good enough. But unless there is certain experience, it is not much helpful, or let's say it's not going to take you too far. It's not going to take you too far. So that's something very important, that everything comes from his own experience. And experience not just in the sphere of spiritual realm. Buddha not just dwell on spiritual realm, spiritual subject, but a lot of social and communal and other aspect, including some light on political views and opinions, and all this comes through his experience from many lives. The story of the Buddha is not just one lifetime. It's a story from many lives, thousands of lives, in which he was not always a spiritual guru. He was not always a spiritual teacher, but he has been in all different roles in the society. As common people as you can think, as highest people, highest position in the society you can think of. He was in all different part of the society, and including the animal world. You see, he has been to animal world as well to know, not just to know, but he has been there, but he kind of experienced. And before the night of his enlightenment, he could recollect all of his past lives. And because he could recollect all of his past life, he could also gain the knowledge and the experience that he achieved in his past lives. Now, we all also did have past life. We all had, but now we don't remember. 9 months in the mother womb, everything is forgotten. Everything is forgotten. And of course, a lot of memories is also part of the brain as well, so that is forgotten as well. So, through that meditative experience or meditative power, he could see his own past life and in some way feel the experience of the past. So, therefore, the teaching of Buddha is very enriching, it's very powerful, it's a very practical and achievable, you see, and doable. Everybody can do it, everybody can connect with it, everybody can understand it. you know. Because according to Buddha, the human mind is same, you know. All human mind is same. Of course, certain achievement, certain achievement or certain accumulation or habits are different, but then at the core, all human mind is same. You know, like the Buddha, before he became a Buddha, the kind of mind he had and the kind of mind we have is pretty much same. You see. So therefore, what Buddha says is something which is coming from his own human experience, very much a human experience. So this is how we understand Buddha. So today I'm going to speak about association. You know, I've spoken a lot in the past, but it's been quite long since I didn't speak about association. So we all have association, friendship, companionship, you see, partner or mentor or guide or guidance and gurus. We have so many different forms, right? We do have. So now what is the Buddha's thought? And not just thought, but it's a understanding or wisdom on association or friendship, especially in this particular case, association. So he speaks about 3 kinds of association. There is a person who is not to be associated with, followed and served. The first one is there is somebody whom you should not associate, follow or serve, serving, helping or following. Number 2, a person who is to be associated with, followed and served. And number third is a person who is to be associated with, followed, served with honor and respect. You know, so third one is to be followed and served and associated, but with honor and respect. Now the first one, and what kind of person Bhikkhus is to be associated with, followed and served? Here some person is inferior to oneself in virtuous behavior, concentration and wisdom. Such a person is not to be associated with, followed and served except out of sympathy and compassion. So somebody who is in terms of values, in terms of you can say conduct, or you can call as a human being, the values of human being, like say kindness, compassion, generosity, and conduct, basically, which is the speech, and which is also the physical action as well, and also the thinking, So that's the conduct. So somebody who is not so good in that, or who has certain wrong, or what we call in today's time toxic, what we call the toxic, something, the word toxic sounds too harsh actually, it's true. It's not a good idea to label somebody as toxic, because that is the end of the spectrum, it is just like the end. It is like the person has to go to jail, immediately. I think that is toxic, But then, at least some we can see, right? We can understand, and we have to assess, because I think sometimes we are not just aware of it, We are just associating with somebody. Why you're associating? Because, okay, it just happened. We say it just happened. It is just happening. It happened, it's happening, and it will happen. It will go, right? But then you need to have, what Buddha is saying is, you need to have this kind of assessment or this kind of discretion, which is this kind of understanding to see the values, and the action, actually, conduct, the action and the conduct, you see. And including, as Buddha said, concentration, wisdom, the wisdom and the concentration, which is the maturity of the mind, you can call, in a simple word, the maturity of the person, how understanding the person is, how mature the person is, So those aspects one has to be aware of, and accordingly one can associate. So it's a choice association. It's an intended association. It's association that you take up deliberately. You see. So, but what Buddha is saying, except out of sympathy. So maybe you are associating with somebody because you know that the person is somewhere down in the lane, but just out of compassion or, just out of care or concern, you are associating with somebody, which is okay. That's what Buddha is saying, which is okay. But otherwise, we have to make an effort to follow or to associate somebody who is better than, you can, in simple word, we can say somebody who is worse than us. In simple word, somebody who is worse than us. Of course, all of us have our own share of good and bad, or high and low, or whatever. Some aspect is good, some aspects are not so good. But when it comes to following and associating, then you need to see the conduct and the maturity of the person, you see. Because as Buddha said in some other place, is that your association just decides your life. It just decides your life. It has a very huge impact on your life, that it can just turn your life around. It can just change your destiny. It has a very huge influence, no matter all the other effort you put in, but your association is going to pull you down if it is a wrong one, if it is a bad one. You see? Okay, so the number 2 is somebody who is better than you in behavior. And so there we have to, because one considers, since we are similar, somebody who is similar to you, the second one is somebody who is similar to you, you see. Because since we are similar with regard to virtuous behavior, we will have a discussion on virtuous behavior, and it will flow on smoothly between us, and we will feel at ease. Since we are similar with regard to concentration, we'll have a discussion on concentration, and it will flow on smoothly between us, and we will feel at ease. So also wisdom. So In the second thing, what Buddha is saying, that somebody who is similar to us in terms of behavior, conduct, maturity, understanding, you see, then I will not go into detail of what are this conduct. I will leave it, but I will just go to this particular aspect, which is association. So what Buddha is saying here is the conversation. So if you have a similar values, a similar conduct, then you will have a discussion on that. So you will have a smooth flow of discussion, smooth flow of conversation. And you will have a deep conversation, a good conversation, because I think both of you will be sharing your experience with each other, and that will enhance each other's conduct in each other's life. So there will be some input. Maybe there may be a certain area where the other person is doing good, in other area the another person is doing good. So I think there will be some understanding, motivation, encouragement, and there will be growth. So the second is about somebody who is similar to you, and the conversation. And you see, conversation has a huge impact again. I think most of our time goes into speech, conversation. I feel, apart from our mind, the speech, and that's how, even if you look at the order, there is a mind, then speech, and then action, you see. So the speech has also a big influence on your mind, on your life, on your understanding. So the second one. Third one, somebody who is a person, and what kind of person is to be associated with, followed, and served with honor and respect. Here someone is superior to oneself in virtuous behavior, concentration, and wisdom. Such a person is to be associated, followed, served with honor and respect. For what reason? Because one considers, in such a way I will fulfill the aggregates of virtuous behavior, that I have not yet fulfilled, or assist with wisdom in various respect the aggregate of virtuous behavior that I have fulfilled. I will fulfill the aggregates of concentration, so also wisdom. So how to sort of look upon somebody with honor and respect, especially not just associating, following, and following and associating, but also with honor and respect, is someone who is higher to you, someone who is superior to you in terms of your conduct, in terms of your understanding and maturity, because that person can help us to grow, to understand, to, as Buddha mentioned, assist. It will be an assistance. It will assist you. It will help you to sort of grow in your conduct and in your maturity. And I think this is also something which we can apply in not just for our inner well-being, but also in our, in our professional setup, professional, setting, where we can, to grow, we have to maybe associate with someone who is much better than us, superior than us. So that way we will maybe grow, you see. So the three things: first one, not to be followed; second one, to follow, who is similar to you, and someone who is higher to you. And maybe you will also become eventually similar to the person who is even higher to you. And as I was saying, that every human has the potential to grow in happiness, in maturity, in understanding. So everyone has that capacity, you see. So here we should not understand that superiority, inferiority in terms of birth or in terms of community. It is more of an individual, you know. Yes, and here, you know, it is something we look into for our betterment. You know, we are not even if somebody is lower to us in terms of this behavior or maturity. What Buddha said, look them with sympathy, with kindness. You see, because if you don't do that, then you can that itself will destroy your own inner goodness. You know, if you don't have kindness toward people who are lower to you in terms of maturity and understanding and behavior, if you're not kind, then what will happen? You will have irritability, you will have anger, you will have hatred toward those people, and that will take away your peace. So, you see, Buddha very practically given that part, you know, where he says, accept out of sympathy, you know. So, to have sympathy, you know, toward people who are what you can call the bad people, the toxic people, you know, the wrong people or whatever, in terms of action, again, in terms of conduct, you know, it has nothing to do with this superior, inferior in terms of caste system and social whatever, you see. It has nothing to do with that, what according to Buddha. It is about individual own behavior and maturity, you know. So that sympathy is something very important. Karuna, it is called karuna. Karuna is you have this, you know, understanding and consideration for the other person's shortcoming, other person's mistake, other person's bad behavior. You sort of have kindness, you know, which is very important, you know. As I said, it is first of all for your own peace. You see, kindness not necessarily for the other person, but firstly for your own peace, for your own ease, you know, and for your own development. Of course, that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that you sort of entertain the person too much, you see. But what Buddha is saying, just be sympathetic. So, I mean, you can allow the person to be around you, not so much, but to the extent necessary. If someone is so, you know, toxic, you know, it's a younger generation word. This is toxic. So, so therefore, this this is also very, very important aspect, you know, when it comes to this bad people or wrong people, you see. Okay, so these are the three kinds. So I offer this to you for your reflection this week. So try to practice this week, see how it works. But you need to do skillfully. You know, you need to do in a skillful and understanding way, you know. Remember, Buddha didn't say just throw out somebody, you know, from your life. He's not saying that, you know. What he's saying is just try and minimize. I would say minimize the association, because a lot of people have this question, what to do with these bad people or wrong people, or maybe somebody is good, but then there are aspect of the person behavior which is not so good. So I would say minimize, go step by step, and in certain situation where you can't just leave the person, so just have compassion, just allow them to be, to the extent necessary in your life. Don't involve entertaining your life too much. Have some boundaries, which is what Buddha is trying to say, you see. So, association, the talk today, and also in the teaching on Mangala Sutta, the teaching on blessing, there are 38 steps toward blessing. The first one is about association. So association is a very, very important, and also the popular, a very popular dialogue between Buddha and Ananda Bhante, because Ananda Bhante said to Buddha, I think association is half of your success. Buddha said, no, 100%, 50% he said, half, or he said, but he said full. Your association decides your success full. Yeah, I mean, it is responsible fully. It is fully responsible for your success, your association. That's what Buddha said. So also decline. Of course, we have many stories also in Buddhist scripture where how the association sort of brought people down and took people up in life. But we sometimes don't see, because we don't see the success and decline immediately, so we don't see. So sometimes it takes time. So therefore, we also need to see the lives of other people as well, how they go down and go up based on association, So, of course, in the scripture, we have many stories about that. Okay, so I think I keep leave you here for your reflection, and try to contemplate on it and try to follow it in this week, in this whole week, and see how it goes and how it impacts. Sometimes you will see the impact very, very, very soon. Sometimes you will see little slower, but you will surely see some impact. Okay, so I think with this I conclude my short talk for your reflection, and I bless all of you. I wish all of you good health, peace of mind, happiness and joy, and I wish that all of you grow in your life, that you all be free from harm, danger, sickness and worries, and that you have a peaceful and stable mind, and that you all grow in spirituality in your life, and may you all achieve the highest happiness. And also now let us wish for the happiness of all the beings, and before that all the monks do a blessing for all of you. Bhavatu sabamangala rakhantu sabadevata sabbabuddhanubhavena sada sate bhavantu te bhavatu Rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sothe bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangala rakhantu sa te bhavantu te. Also now let us share all the goodness, punya that we have accrued from today's evening program by chanting, meditating, listening to Dhamma. Let us share this punya with all the beings in the universe for their peace, for their happiness. Sukhi bhaveyang niddukha ahane chahang viya hita cha me sukhe honto Marjata chataverino imam hegamake atahonto sukhe sada tato paranchara jeso chakavale Sujantano sadhu sadhu sadhu.
Namo Buddhaya. I just would like to say that I would like to inform you that on 27th of this month we are going to celebrate the Kathina festival, Kathina Chivara festival, which is we call it Pavarana Day. This we celebrate as a Buddhist. We celebrate after Vasavasa. Vasavasa means 3 months rinse retreat. Now monks are doing this Vasavasa. After 3 months we will celebrate, and that is on 27th. So I welcome everybody. Please do come here on 27th. There will be program from morning till evening. There will be puja, discourse, meditation, and guided meditation, and also you can have discussion with monks. Some senior monks are also coming from different parts of India. So please do come. And lastly, I would like to thank everyone for coming here today and joining us on this program. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.